What is up, everybody out there in HeroClix land? This once again is Scott Porter back for another massive HeroClix unboxing series. This time, it's very special. This time, it's not necessarily figures and characters that are coming from the books. No, they are coming from your screen. This is Disney Plus, What If, Marvel HeroClix series. And I'm telling you, I'm very excited. Now, you guys know me. You've been with me for years. Big comic book fan. I've read so much. I've done so much research. This time, it was a lot different because these stories are all unique and individual. They have their own continuity. It's all MCU stuff. It's all on Disney Plus. You can check out every single figure that is in this set on your screen by streaming it. And man, do they have some cool stories. You know, I don't know exactly what's going to be in this set because, listen, you've got WandaVision, you've got Falcon and Winter Soldier, you've got Loki, you've got Hawkeye, possibly. Man, I don't know. You've got What If, which basically that animated series, almost each episode could have its own set. I mean, the Zombies episode alone, the amount of characters they crammed into that one episode, I mean, really endless opportunities to put characters that are so unique and so different from anything we've seen before, as far as from the pages of books, into HeroClix form. I'm very, very excited about that. Boom. That's right. The release for this set is sometime in late April, early May, with the pre-release tournaments happening a couple of weeks before that. We don't even have the dates, though, the exact dates for release yet. And here's the thing. We're in so early for this unboxing that dates aren't even set. And I think that's pretty cool. That doesn't always happen for us, but it is happening this time. So let's take a look at the outside of the brick first and foremost. Christmas morning, here we go. So many presents to unwrap together. On the front of the box here, of course, we've got who became the star of What If, you know, Peggy Carter. You know, what if Peggy Carter became not, or instead got the super soldier serum instead of Captain America, right? I was going to say became Captain America, but she doesn't. She becomes her own thing. Captain Britain, what are we calling her? So there you go. What if Peggy Carter got the super soldier serum? On the side of the box here, let's see. Yeah, we've got Mobius. We've got Loki there, of course, from the Loki series. Below that, oh, good old Agnes and Vision, Scarlet Witch from WandaVision. On the other side, we've got Bucky and Sam, Baron Zemo, and then below that we've got some of the What If characters. We've got Peggy, who we've already seen, but we've got Doctor Strange, who has a crazy story there. We have a Star-Lord. Now, listen, guys, I gotta say, if you haven't watched the series, spoilers are gonna be in this set. Spoilers are going to abound in this particular set. So if you haven't watched any of the series and you're trying to stay spoiler-free, I'm telling you, characters that are involved in these storylines and in these shows and these movies, they are going to be presented inside of this brick here. So, fair warning, spoilers ahead. All right, on the back, and this is I didn't want to, you know, that Star-Lord on the side of the box, spoiler warning, is not Peter Quill. That's T'Challa. What if T'Challa was Star-Lord? Oh, that episode is awesome. Yeah, but we'll get to that later if we pull him, if we're lucky enough. On the back of the box, this one is what if the Watcher broke his own rules, right? This is what if Ultron got the Infinity Gems and went full elimination style of anything sentient. You know, he's almost worse than Thanos with the Infinity Gems. So, yes, he is the big culmination of the What If animated series, and there's some pretty cool things that happen. So, on the back is usually where the chases are. So are the chases going to be like the big bads from the animated series? Because, again, we're going to have so many different opportunities, right? Who's the big bad in Falcon Winter Soldier, right? Is it Carrie Morgenthau? Is it going to be Flag Smasher? Is it going to be Power Broker? What are we going to call the big bad in that series? Are they going to be the chase, or is it going to be like the big bads or the big characters from the What If animated series? Who knows? Hopefully we'll find out. Hopefully we pull a chase in this particular brick. And yeah, I think we've got 64 total figures to collect, including chases and items. I think equipment is going to be a big part of this set. I can't wait to see what they included equipment-wise. I would say probably what? Super Soldier Serum, maybe a shield, of course, Peggy Carter shield. You know, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of other things that people can pick up and utilize in this set. I don't know if we're going to have gems, but I know 64 total figures, and that's just in this, not including what we have in the miniatures game and what we have in the Play at Home kit, which I also have to open this week. Let's see, I've got the miniatures game, so at some point this week we'll open that. I've got the Play at Home kit. Sometime we will, and look at this pretty packaging, brand new pretty packaging. We already know we got Spider-Man in there. I don't know exactly what he does. That's from the Zombies episode of Marvel's What If, which is really, really cool. We'll open that one day. And then, of course, if you've never been with us before, we will open also 2 boosters a day, each day this week, Monday through Friday. So we get 2 on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, 2 on Wednesday, 2 on Thursday, 2 on Friday. We're going to have a full week of HeroClix goodness. But before we begin cracking this baby open, we are going to do my favorite thing, and we're going to open our dice and tokens pack. It's going to be the first thing that we open. This is the first thing that gives you like real clues of who you're going to have in the set. It's always very exciting. I've told you guys, my kids steal my dice all the time. These dice are very cool. Instead of a 6, they have Uatu's face on them. And I mean, Jeffrey Wright as the voice of Uatu is wonderful. Every episode of What If that you watch, hearing him, you know, introduce everything to you is really, really cool. But yeah, here, let's go ahead and take a look just real quick at the Dice and Tokens pack. Just from the outside, packaging's dope. Really, really cool. You can see the characters already. You've got Peggy Carter. You've got Party Boy Thor. You've got post-apocalyptic Black Widow, I think, on there. You've got Doctor Strange, who becomes just a menace. We've got to stop him, all in the name of love. You've got, oh yeah, you've got the Steve Rogers Iron Man armor that he gets to pilot, and you've got zombie Captain America there, as well as those dice. I'm going to crack this open. We'll get a better close-up view, top-down, of what these tokens all look like. Of course, we have this very incredible setup that Hyper RPG is providing us, as they always do. So before we launch into the video, I got to say thank you to Hyper RPG for letting us use their facilities and helping make these unboxing videos as incredible as they can be for you guys. Man, I used to shoot these on my phone, and remember those times? Those are tough times, folks. Those were tough times. I would just shoot videos on my iPhone. Oof. Never want to do that again. All right, here we go. We can see the tokens as they are. We've got Zombie Captain America up there at the top. We've got Steve Rogers in his armor. We've got Doctor Strange. We've got the Black Widow. I'm not sure if that's from the day the Avengers died, Black Widow, or if that's going to be from the What If Ultron 1 Black Widow. There were a couple of them. Party Thor. I showed this particular episode where Thor is very young. He just wants to party all the time. He shows up at Earth and throws just a big bash. I thought it was very funny, that episode. And my kids and I watched it together. And then, of course, you've got Peggy. Let's see the back, though. This is where we start getting clues, right? Oh, we got Mobius. Oh, it's not actually a bystander token. Usually on the back, you've got a bystander token or two. No, you've got Killmonger on the back of that one. Whoa, you've got Cha-Cha, or Star-Lord on the back there. T'Challa, Star-Lord. You got Loki. You've got Uatu, of course. And on the back of Peggy, oh, we do have, oh, we've got Red Wing. That's cool. Okay, so definitely, we knew we were going to get Sam Wilson as Falcon. But, you know, now we got confirmation we're going to get a cool little, and whoa! Hypersonic speed is showing on that Red Wing. Oh, whoa, that's awesome. Okay, look at the dice here real quick. Like I told you, Uatu's face on them in place of the 6, I believe. Yeah, in place of the 6. So when you roll a critical hit, the Watcher is watching you or your opponent. And that is it. That's the Dice and Tokens pack. Usually we get more clues than just you know, one pog. But man, I was hoping, you know, if Spider-Man's in this set, I was hoping we get a Pog of maybe Ant-Man's head. Because in that storyline, Ant-Man is cleansed of the zombie situation, and but he's just still like a little floating head in a little jar. I thought that might be a good Pog, but just getting Red Wing, so we still don't really know what's going to be in this set outside of some of the main characters from the animated series and, of course, the TV shows that we saw on the outside of the box. So without further ado, Christmas morning is here. I need to get the tool. All right, everybody who ever opens a brick of HeroClix should definitely have a box cutter. Plastic is the bane of all of our existences. Getting this stuff open without it is kind of difficult. Okay, there we go. Like I said, 2 boosters a day until we're done with the brick. I usually start on the back right side, like I always say. I usually get lucky. I usually get a super rare. People hate me at sealed events because I always like pull some really good stuff. So let's see if that holds true today. All right, booster number 1. Okay, we've got something in bubble wrap. That's usually a good sign. Looks like we've got an object or an equipable. That is very cool. All right, let's see. We've got, oh yes, okay. Starting off strong, we've got Monica Rambeau. From WandaVision. If you didn't see the series, you know, she definitely has a big part to play in that. You got Baron Zemo, who gets broken out of jail in Falcon and the Winter Soldier for an odd team up. You've also got Sharon Carter. Okay. We've got, Ravonna Renslayer from Loki. And then we've got, last but not least, Mobius, also from Loki. So there we go. And it's kind of cool. They all have different colored bases. I wonder if the different colored bases, because Renslayer and Mobius both have like this tan base on them. I wonder if it's where they're actually supposed to be, like where they're standing, or if it's going to be themed to each of the projects that we watch. Last thing I'm going to put out there is the object that we got in this particular booster, and it is Super Soldier Serum. I'll put it right there in front of Monica so you can take a peek at that, and we'll get a closer look at that and what it does in just a little bit. So pretty good first booster. Pull them back, and then we'll start seeing what their cards say, because here's the deal. I could go through all of the shows, but I kind of feel like a lot of you have probably seen all of this content. There's not 40 years of continuity I need to break down for you guys or tell you cool stories about what they all did. I think this is really going to be about how they're going to interact with the rest of the game as a whole, HeroClix as a whole. If they're going to affect meta play, tournament play, friendly at home play. I think a lot of people are going to want to play, if they're going to play a Disney Plus figure, probably play it with other Disney Plus figures. That's just my theme head going hard because I'm more of a theme-based player, but I think there's going to be a lot of goodness in here for everybody. Let's just start with Monica, okay? Monica Rambeau. All right, she's got sword and celebrity keywords. Okay, Wanda, please listen to me. A special attack power. Choose an opposing character within range and line of fire. Until your next turn, Monica Rambeau gains immobile. And when the chosen character attacks, it can only target a character named Monica Rambeau. Ooh, I have to try and help her stop and super senses. If you saw the show, there's a giant showdown towards the end in kind of the town square, which I used to be on a show called Heart of Dixie, and we had a town square that looked very, very similar to the town square that Scarlet Witch and Agnes have their last stand in. But once Scarlet Witch starts to really lose control, Monica tries to refocus her. And even though Monica had her life kind of stripped from her while she was in that bubble that Wanda made, she still stands there and tries to make sure she does right by her. There's the back of the card. 4 clicks of that immobile power. She's got a stop click at the end there. Pretty cool. Oh, and this is neat. Marvel Studios WandaVision, the series finale. So kind of this figure, I was wondering how they were going to do this, right? So kind of the cool thing with this figure is, or this particular take on Monica Rambeau, is that power, that Wanda Please Listen to Me, it happens in the series finale. They actually list the episode on the back of the card that maybe this moment is from. That's pretty cool to me. Okay, we're going to go with Baron Zemo next from Falcon and Winter Soldier. You know, I was a little bit surprised that they were willing to break him out of prison, but they needed his help. They had no choice. He has Masters of Evil, Assassin, Ruler, Soldier, Spy, Tinker Tailor. No Tinker, no Tailor, but I always say that when I see Soldier Spy. Set number 16, real name Helmut Zemo, special movement power, and you'll give up your tour guide. Passenger can carry 2, but leap, climb, and stealth. Now, I think that's kind of emulating the fact that he's got his private jet, he's got his chauffeur, he gets Falcon and Winter Soldier into places that they can't go on their own. He's got 4 clicks of that special movement power, he's got a 4 range. Some willpower showing up on the dials now as well. You know, so we're seeing some benched powers come back into play. There we go, yeah. There's a moment where he puts his old mask back on when he first gets broken out of prison. They take him, the butler picks him up, and he goes and he puts his old mask on just for a moment. But, you know, he kind of acts like a teammate to Falcon and Winter Soldier. He has his own mission. He definitely wants every super soldier eliminated, and the super soldier serum is kind of recreated. People start taking it. The Flag Smashers start getting super soldier powers, and he's just not having it. Zemo wants to eliminate all of them, so that's really why he's working in tandem with Falcon and Winter Soldier, and he helps get them around. So I think that's a pretty cool way to show that he's shuttling them all over the earth, you know, because Sam and Bucky on their own wouldn't be able to get into all the places that Zemo can get them into. Okay, let's go with Ravonna Renslayer from Loki. Loki is a difficult show to follow. I think it's awesome, but anything that bends time, that centers around time like that is, you know, can be, it's a tough story to tell, and I think they did such a great job of it. Ravonna Renslayer, we got Future, Past, Police, and Politician, set number 20. Comes in at 30 points. Has a special damage power. I looked out for you, hung my neck out for you. Probability control. Friendly characters with a shared keyword within range and line of fire have safeguard, opposing probability control. Oh, that's awesome. That's a really cool way to show that they cannot be messed with, that they are protecting the timeline there. They understand what's coming. They can see when branches start to happen. So she has probability control, can prevent other teammates from being a target of probability control. That's pretty cool. Okay, 4 clicks long. We're seeing a lot of short dials, some phasing, got some probability control. We got that special power on the first and last click there. Got some defend as well. Very, very cool. Now, again, I don't want to speak very broadly about these particular stories, right? There's a really big opportunity for this set to have a new entrant into the MCU, a big bad who could be like the focal point of this next phase of the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But I hesitate. Spoilers ahead. I'm just going to say it. Kang is introduced at the end of Loki, the series of Loki, and you kind of see that everything that happens throughout that entire series is kind of by his design. And I won't say what happens to Kang at the end, but this is a really cool opportunity. And Jonathan Majors is the actor that portrays Kang. He is phenomenal in the role, but this is a really cool opportunity to kind of get a Kang as well. We could have Kang in this set. Who knows? When we get into the Loki stuff, there are multiple Lokis we can have. We can have the main Loki, who we know from our universe, from our MCU. We can have Sylvie, who's another Loki, or Enchantress. It was a little confusing early on, but I think we figured out that she is, in fact, a Loki. You've got the Loki who defeated Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet because he created a projection of himself that was so powerful and so strong, it defeated Thanos. You've got that. You've got Alligator Loki. You've got Kid Loki. You've got President Loki. I mean, you could stack this entire set just full of Lokis. I wonder how many we will get. But you also have other characters like we saw with Mobius and with Ravonna here. So, you know, Kang could come from that series. There's so many different cool characters we could have in this set. I don't know how they're going to cram it all in, quite frankly, into 64 figures and equipable objects. Okay, let's go with Mobius next. Mobius. Who doesn't know that he, in fact, was displaced from his own timeline? Okay, we have Detective, Future, Past, and Police, set number 19. Special damage power, Work for Us. Leadership, once per turn for all characters with this effect. When a friendly character within range, doesn't say line of fire, uses phasing teleport and moves 4 squares or less after resolutions, they may make a close attack. Okay, wait. Once per turn for all characters with this effect. So you have to have multiple Mobius to get this thing to trigger. I think. But a friendly, for all characters with this effect. Okay, when a friendly character within range uses phasing teleport and moves 4 squares or less after resolutions, they may make a close attack. Does that mean that each of the Mobius are granting each friendly character who uses phasing with, oh my gosh, they can get multiple attacks from this? I don't know, somebody's gonna have to explain this a little bit further in the comments below, but that seems pretty cool. I know it's very situational, but 30 points. Take a look at the figure here. I mean, Owen Wilson was just incredible as Mobius. I love that character. For me, was the breakout character of the show. His portrayal of this guy who is just a humble blue collar, you know, really believes in what they're doing at the TVA. You know, it's just awesome. All right. Yeah, that power for all characters with this effect. Once per turn for all characters. Oh, okay, I see. Once per turn. Doesn't matter how many Mobius you have in your team. You can only do this once. Okay, I think that's what it means. But when a friendly character within range uses phasing teleport and moves 4 squares or less after resolutions, they may make a close attack. It's a nice way to just squeeze out some extra attacks in a game where we're always looking for them, especially in a set where it seems like we're going to have a lot of low-pointed figures. He, again, is only a 30-point character there. Okay, Sharon Carter coming into play here. Sharon has Soldier and Spy, 31A. Okay, 31A, I think we got a clue here as to what a prime could be in this set, and I'm willing to bet it is Power Broker. Spoiler alert, Sharon Carter does end up being the Power Broker, who they talk about all series long in Falcon and Winter Soldier. So I think 31B would probably be Power Broker. Take a look at her figure here. Pretty simple. She always has her... It's funny, she's always holding her hand up to her ear, and they make a point in the series, though, or in one of the other series, hey, don't hold your hand up to your ear. It's a dead giveaway that you are talking to someone. And but she does it a lot, Sharon Carter. I thought a spy might be a little more suave with that situation, but here we go. She has a special trait called Dealing in Contraband. Once per game for all characters with this trait, or at the beginning of the game, you may choose an equipment equipped to an opposing character. If you do, that equipment gains unequip, drop, and is immediately unequipped, and roll a d6. That opponent places the equipment up to that many squares away from their current square. So a really good way to get some powerful equipment out of an opposing figure's hands. You've also got a special damage power, Keeping an Eye Out, modify range by +3 with Ranged Combat Expert. Let's see, the range naturally is 4, gains a range of 7. That's on that first and second click there. So combat reflexes, 35 points. So again, another low-pointed figure. But the most exciting thing about that is that I think we understand now that the Power Broker might be a prime. I can't wait to see what the Power Broker would actually do as a prime. Primes are usually juiced, and Sharon Carter juiced as the Power Broker is very exciting. The possibilities that could happen there. Okay, Super Soldier Serum. Okay, I'm gonna hold this up here. You can see the little vials there. Okay. It's indestructible. Equip any. Unequip, drop. The effect, willpower. If this character can already use willpower, instead increase the result of its roll for willpower by +1. Okay. Costs 5 points to have on your force. Of course, there's the rules on the back there. It breaks down what indestructible means, how you equip or unequip it, and that a character with the object equipped can use its effect. Okay, you know, the Super Soldier Serum, here's the thing. The Flag Smashers in the TV show there, they all gained heightened strength, heightened speed, heightened awareness. So I expected it to do a little bit more, maybe a stat boost somewhere along the line, but it's just working off of willpower, which I get. That's an effect of it, but I expected it to be just a little bit stronger, considering Falcon and Winter Soldier, the entire show, for the most part, there's like 3 main story threads, but the biggest villain, Flag Smasher, is using the Super Soldier Serum to kind of tear down this new government. After the 5-year blip of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, a lot of people were seeking refuge after family members or friends disappeared, after the world was on the edge of collapse, and they all kind of came together, right? One world, one people, I think, is their phrase that they say constantly. And then when everybody came back from the blip, they all started to take back their homes, take back their lives, take back their jobs. And the people that had been displaced because of the blip are now getting displaced again, and they're being left behind. And the main villain, the main Flag Smasher, Carrie, she really sets out to try and tear down this new government that's been put together to kind of some reclamation project, or where they're just trying to get everybody their stuff back, their place in the world back, and by doing that are displacing so many others. So they use this strength, this speed, this stamina, and they go toe-to-toe with Winter Soldier and Falcon. They go toe-to-toe with U.S. Agent, or the new Captain America, John Walker, spoiler alert again, and they rip those guys apart. So for the Super Soldier Serum to only give you a little bit of a bonus on willpower, I get it. I thought it might do more, but at only 5 points, it's a good way to get a little bonus in. Okay, booster number 2, coming right up. Okay. And like I said, not as many story times with Scott Porter, I think, during this one. I think most of these figures are going to tell the story all their own. A lot of people have already tuned in and watched these shows. So, I'm not going to tell you anything you don't know. I mean, I could tell you that the original Flag Smasher in the comic books is a man. I could tell you that he's battled Captain America through the years. He's been both a good guy and a bad guy. He's gone back and forth. But for the most part, is seen as a villain. But that's basically what happens in this. And they did a great job of humanizing her in this particular run. And, but story time with Scott Porter, maybe put on pause for this set. Okay, let's see. The next brick we've got, oh, very cool. I'm sure we're going to get a number of Sam Wilsons, but this is Sam Wilson. This says Captain America on his actual title of his card there. We've got Loki. On the back of his jacket, it says Variant. You guys will see that in just a moment. Very cool. Oh, yes! We've got Jimmy Woo. Randall Park just crushing it as Jimmy Woo. We've got Wanda herself. Wanda Maximoff from WandaVision. And then, oh shoot, I didn't even notice. Yes! We've got Spider-Man wearing the cape. That's from the Marvel Zombies episode, and it is our first super rare. So we got a super rare, plus we got it equipable, and it looks like in this set, so okay, I think I'm seeing a pattern here. We did get the Cloak of Levitation, which in the Marvel Zombies episode of What If is a huge part to play. It is its own entity, as anybody who is a fan of Doctor Strange knows. It kind of has its own personality, makes its own decisions. The Cloak of Levitation is alive. It's like Magic Carpet from Aladdin, right? We could say that. Magic Carpet from Aladdin is kind of like the Cloak of Levitation from Doctor Strange. It acts like that. It taps you on the shoulder and points out danger. It flies in and saves you if you're falling. And Spider-Man ends up with that cloak of levitation in the Marvel Zombies thing. And we're seeing Spider-Man and this piece of equipment show up in the same booster here. We had Sharon Carter and the Super Soldier Serum as well in the first one. So I wonder if some of these items are going to come with specific characters. I would have expected Flag Smasher to have the Super Soldier Serum, so maybe that's a clue that maybe we're not going to get Flag Smasher. There's no way we don't get Flag Smasher in this set, right? Anyway, I digress. Let's start with the man himself, Sam Wilson, Captain America. You know, they bring in Isaiah Bradley. They bring in a lot of truth elements from the comic books into this storyline. And Sam has a hard time picking up the shield and becoming Captain America. He eventually makes the decision to do so and has a great monologue. Anthony Mackie, actually a buddy of mine, a longtime buddy of mine, delivers it so well at the end of the series. But it takes him a little while to get to the point where he wants to take the title of Captain America. He's got Avengers and Soldier. He's set number 5. And of course, at this point, he has taken the role of Captain America, so I'm excited to see. He comes in at only 45 points, though. He does have a trait, Steve's Legacy. Captain America starts the game, with equipable Captain America's shield equipped. Okay, so maybe they don't. Maybe we are getting random equipables. Maybe they're not tied to certain characters because we would have gotten Captain America's shield in here. He's got Wings and Shield, Energy, Shield Deflection, and a Force Blast. Okay, on the back here, we've got, slippery. All right, there we go. 6 clicks, comes in at 45 points. Some great stats. He's got some charge. Pretty good attack values. A lot of willpower we're seeing in this set as well. There we go. 45 points for Captain America, Sam Wilson. Well done. Okay, where do we go next? Next, I think we're going to go with... let's go with Jimmy Woo. I was very excited to see. I wasn't quite expecting... Sword shows up. Jimmy Woo is a part of that. Of course, Jimmy Woo in the books, Agent of Atlas and everything, but how he's utilized in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is a lot of fun. Let's look at his card here. Has Sword, Celebrity, Detective, Mystical, and Police. Set number 15. Comes in at only 20 points. You get the Police team ability. On the back here, you can see the dial, only 4 clicks long. Again, smaller dial, smaller point values. We're going to be using a lot of figures to make teams out of these sets. But there's Perplex on the dial. Look at that. Perplex going strong. Okay, so PD and Perplex, a lot of ways to boost your allies on the map and get them, hopefully, connecting with a lot of those dice rolls. Next, let's go with Loki. I think I told you, and we're going to do a close-up here of Loki's figure. We've got Loki here, and the cool thing is on the back, Mobius, on the back of his jacket, wrote Variant in giant orange letters. He found that to be very humorous. Again, Loki also has this tan base, which you saw there, just like Mobius, just like Renslayer, so I wonder if they are... kind of coloring the bases that they're standing on a certain color. We'll check that later. But anyway, there we go, Loki. Take a look at his card here. We've got Asgardian, Deity, Future, Mystical, Past. Set number 7 has a trait, the Tesseract. Loki starts the game with the Tesseract equipped. Man, okay, so we know the Tesseract. We know Super Soldier Serum. We know Captain America's shield, and we know Cloak of Levitation. So I think there are 8 equipables in this set. We already know 4 of them, 2 boosters in. That's pretty great. Duplication casting. Oh, this is great. Shape change. When Loki uses it, after resolutions, you may place Loki a number of squares away from his current square equal to the D6 result. And then, of course, the color commentary here for the names of the powers. So fun. I think I've had my fill of idiots in armored suits telling me what to do. You cross me, there are deadly consequences. Do a lot of people not know if they're robots? On the back here, 7 clicks long, has 2 lines. Full dial is ringing in at 70 points, half dial starting on click number 4 at 35 points. A lot going on there. Mystic's team ability. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. The duplication casting being a special power is a lot of fun because there's a whole argument that they have between, I think they call it illusions. They're like, oh yeah, he's explaining, I think Mobius is explaining Loki's powers, and he's like, you know, capable of casting illusions, and he goes, duplication. He goes, yeah, illusions, duplication, they're different. And he makes a point that you know, illusions versus duplication are completely different spells, and that Loki is very good at duplication. So the fact that that's one of his powers is really neat. Speaking of magic, we'll go with Wanda Maximoff. Okay, this is when she's in that classic, I think this is that Halloween costume version where she's in that old classic 616 outfit of hers. She's got Avengers, Celebrity, and Mystical. Set number 22. All new Halloween Spooktacular. Shape change. When Wanda Maximoff uses it and succeeds, heal her 1 click. Ooh, nice. Please stand by is a stop click. And a special damage power, Billy, I need you to focus. Probability control. When Wanda Maximoff uses it to re-roll a friendly attack roll. If the attack hits after resolutions, remove an action token from the attacker. Ooh, that's awesome. That's a great power, actually. Somebody swings and misses, you have them re-roll, they hit, and then they get to yank a token? Yes, please. You're hoping they missed the first time, right? You've got 6 clicks long, that 19 defend. Obviously, the Halloween episode is where she is from, the all-new Halloween Spooktacular. What a really cool take on Wanda from WandaVision. That's really neat. So I'm wondering how many versions of Wanda we're going to get, how many versions of the Vision. I mean, we've had a lot of sets lately where we've gotten multiple copies of the Vision. I think that we're also going to get, I think we're going to get that here. Because WandaVision especially, episode to episode, their look changes so drastically. What they understand about each other changes drastically as they start to come in their own with powers, once they have their children. There are different versions. And then, of course, at the end, Vision also becomes the big bad. Spoiler alert, sorry if you didn't watch it. Outside of Agnes, he comes in and starts just wrecking shop. And, you know, it's just, we're going to get multiple versions of Wanda. I'm almost sure of it. But that's a really cool version to have. The Halloween special is so wonderful. Okay, Spider-Man, last but not least, our first super rare and the last figure we have for today, as well as the Cloak of Levitation. We'll take a look at both of those. Here is Spider-Man. He is Avengers, Spider-Man family, and scientist. Now remember, this Spider-Man is a young, very hopeful Spider-Man from the Marvel Zombies episode of What If. Now he's very, to me, very Jesse Eisenberg from Zombieland version of Spider-Man, which is very cool. He has his own little, here, I'm gonna pull it back for a second. He has his own little intro video where he's like, these are the rules. Number 1, have long sleeves. And it shows like a zombie. He has like a roommate, Kurt, who's like Eastern European guy. Kurt like is acting like the zombie. He comes and tries to bite him, and he can't bite him because he's got long sleeves on. And he's got all of these other rules of how to survive the zombie apocalypse. And he's very, very, yeah, Jesse from Zombieland to me. And I really got a kick out of it. Okay, anyway, look back at the card again here. He's got a trait. Really? You think he could pull it off? Spider-Man starts the game with Cloak of Levitation equipped. Another trait. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Super senses, but succeeds on a 4 to 6, so improved super senses. And when Spider-Man uses it and succeeds, after resolutions, give the attacker an action token. Ooh. So if you miss him on a 50% chance to miss, you're getting another token. That's oof. Oh, look at that. Step 1, long sleeves. Step 2, hygiene. Step 3, always aim for the head. That's awesome. They've got an element of that Zombieland thing in here. Let's flip it over. Ooh. Beefy dial, the beefiest we've seen yet. 8 clicks, 75 points. He's got outwit top dial. He's got willpower in there. He's got charge full dial. Pretty good attack values. The middle of the dial, you get that 12 attack value spike. Spider-Man team ability, pretty good. Very good first super rare. I'm excited about that. Now, let's swing in this Cloak of Levitation, which he can equip at the beginning of the game for an extra 5 points. And the Cloak of Levitation grants you flight, plasticity, and sidestep. So add that all on to make this Spider-Man an 80-point figure instead, and understand that he also, basically, while he has that Cloak of Levitation on, has traded plasticity and sidestep as well as flight. And he's looking pretty great. Awesome. I'm so glad that we pulled the equipment and Spider-Man at the same time. That's really cool. Man, that Zombies episode is insane. It starts out Hulk crashing through a portal, coming back from outer space, I think from Sakaar possibly. He's landing back on Earth to warn everybody that Thanos is coming. And he's met with Wong and Captain America, the Avengers. And he's like, oh, good, I'm glad to see you guys. And then realizes something is off. Then Hulk gets saved by a couple of members of this force, this random force of people. You've got Okoye, you've got Spider-Man, you've got Happy Hogan with the repulsor gloves. You've got Spider-Man, of course. The Cloak of Levitation comes swinging in. You've got Wasp and a few other characters, Bucky, and yeah, it's this little misfit team trying to save the world. And ultimately, they do. That's why I said he's a very hopeful young man. And they stumble upon what could be a cure. But at the very end of the episode, Uatu over here says, you know, it's interesting. Humans will do anything to save their world and the ones they love, even if it means the end of the universe. And you see that Thanos has come, as the Hulk warned at the beginning of the episode, but he's been eaten. And now he's a zombie. And now he's a zombie with the Infinity Gauntlet. And that is, yeah, that's very, very scary. So anyway, that is it for day one of our Marvel HeroClix Disney Plus unboxing series. I'm very excited. We saw representation from a few shows in here. We didn't see Hawkeye. Yes, I have Kate Bishop on my glass today. This is a New York 2013 Comic-Con limited edition glass, and inside of it, what's in Scott Porter's cup today? This is the Tesora blend from Phil's Coffee in Los Angeles, California. It's wonderful. It's got notes of cardamom and notes of chocolate. You know, it's very good. Also keeps me a little wired for this because I got up mad early to drop my kids off at school and then spend time here with you guys. Like I said, this set comes out maybe end of April, early May. I think that's the best window that we're looking at, which means pre-release would happen a couple of weeks before that. I hope you are enjoying the unboxing as much as I am. I gotta say thank you to WizKids for sending this my way to share with you guys. I gotta say thank you to HyperRPG for hosting us in their beautiful studio with this giant screen. I mean, how good does Peggy look back there? She looks amazing. You know, special thanks to Knox, who's running the board today. No Zach today, guys. We got somebody else, and he's doing a bang-up job. Knox, thank you so much back there. If you haven't seen HyperRPG's content, please find them online. You can find them on Twitch. You can also find them on YouTube, where they have archived shows of everything they've ever done, including Indomitable, a HeroClix show, co-hosted by yours truly. So go check it out. They've got everything you could want in the world of pop culture, gaming, comics, film, video games, tabletop, all of it. They've got you covered in the best way possible. That's going to do it for me today. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. We'll get into more boosters and possibly maybe the play-at-home kit as well to kind of see what that Spider-Man brings to the table. Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow, and until I do, may all your rolls be critical hits. Peace.